Welcome to Wednesday night. I'm Marcia Jen. I'm a local devotional song leader and singer. And it's quite an honor to be here and to bring the chants to you tonight. So this song, part of the words are from Rumi, and then I got to collaborate with him. So, so you'll see some other words that his poem inspired me to write for the song. Let yourself be silently drawn by the strong pull of what you really love. Let yourself be silently drawn by the strong pull of what you really love. Listen to the whispers of love as they lead you to where you're meant to be. Let yourself be silently drawn by the strong pull of what you really love. Let yourself be silently drawn by the strong pull of what you really love. Let yourself be silently drawn by the strong pull of what you really love. Listen to the whispers of love as they lead you to where you're meant to be. Let yourself be silently drawn by the strong pull of what you really love. I open up my heart and I'm led by the love that's always guiding me. I open up my heart and I'm led by the love that's always guiding me. I listen to the whispers of love as they lead me to where I'm meant to be. I open up my heart and I'm led by the love that's always guiding me. Let yourself be silently drawn by the strong pull of what you really love. Let yourself be silently drawn by the strong pull of what you really love.
Thank you, Marcia. Very sweet. Very talented and beautiful, Marcia Jen. Thank you very much. So welcome. Welcome to Practicing the Presence. My name is Reverend Lori McMacken, and we come here on a Wednesday night to lift you up and to recognize the power and the presence of God as your life, and to tap into the field of infinite possibilities, infinite potentiality. For as you know, this is a candle lighting service, and tonight I'll be talking about the alchemy of gold. So I invite you to come forward and light your candle and to ask a question. What is God's idea for my life? And just allow your life to answer the question for you. So I invite you to come forward and light your candle as Marcia gives her talents and her gifts to our heart and our soul.
Surrounds us. There
Thank you very much. So this is the time of our service where we go within and we practice the silence. So I invite you to close your eyes and just have your hands up in receptive mode and a strong back, and to breathe in and to breathe out. And I invite you to think of something or someone that you love so dearly that brings you so much joy in your heart. And think of that feeling that it brings to you, that love and that joy. And just I invite you to continue with that feeling of love, that continue feeling of joy, and allow that to emanate throughout your whole body. And as we immerse ourselves in this beautiful silence, allow this joy, this love, these beautiful feelings to express itself in the sanctuary as we practice the silence together.
as we stay in this beautiful space listening to the tones of the harp and know that our hearts are open and opening continuously to the power of Spirit, to the one presence and the one power that is everywhere, in, as, and through all things. And we just breathe in life, breathe in the joy and the wisdom of knowing the truth that there is only oneness. And I know that in this sanctuary right here, right now, are the beautiful expressions of Spirit, unique, divine, opening each heart, expanding each consciousness to know a greater truth. And so I bless this time. I bless the message of Reverend Laurie, knowing that it is a message that expands our awareness that love and joy and peace is the truth of our being. And so I simply say, and so it is. Good evening, everyone. My name is Robin Holt, and I'm a practitioner here at Seaside and a ministerial intern. And it's my great joy to be here assisting Reverend Laurie tonight. So she is going to be talking, I can't wait for this talk, about the alchemy of gold. And we know that alchemy is all about turning that which is unworthy or lead or worthless into that which is precious, which is gold. So I'm looking forward to her talk. So I picked a reading tonight out of the Science of Mind text. Always good to read what Ernest Holmes, our founder, had to say. The universal mind contains all knowledge. It is the potential ultimate of all things. To it, all things are possible. To us, as much as is possible as we can conceive according to law. Should all the wisdom of the universe be poured over us, we should yet receive only that which we are ready to understand. This is why some draw one type of knowledge and some another, and all from the same source, the source of all knowledge. The scientist discovers the principles of his science. The artist embodies the spirit of his art. The saint draws Christ into his being, all because they have courted the particular presence of some definite concept. Each state of consciousness taps the same source, but has a different receptivity. Each receives what he asks for according to his ability to embody. The universal is infinite. The possibility of differentiating is limitless. Thank you.
Robin. Thank you, Marcia. What a beautiful night. The sweetness of the harp and the consciousness of Robin Holt. Thank you so much. So this evening I'm talking about the alchemy of gold, and every time I put together a talk, I put a lot of time and effort into it, and I always end up really falling in love with the topic. And the alchemy is associated with turning elements such as metal or earth into gold, something that is unworthy into something that is extremely valuable. Now, this has been practiced for many, many centuries through many different occults and traditions, spanning throughout many cultures and continents, all the way from ancient Egypt to classical Greece. And actually, the first translation of alchemy is the art of black earth. And it was referring to the black soil along the Nile River, recognizing that soil is full of life-giving and spiritual elements. Now, in the 18th century, alchemy went through a transmutation from turning earth into gold to ignorance into enlightenment. And so now we're speaking our language. And in the 19th century, there was a famous alchemist. He was also an Egyptian king. His name was Hermes Trismegistus. And Hermes was known for his wisdom, and he had the knowledge of balance between the mind and the body and the spirit. And he also had the knowledge and the understanding of the universal laws and how they relate to our lives. He was a little ahead of his time. And so as I look at the ancient alchemy and recognizing that it is the transmutation into gold, whether it's metaphoric or whether it's literal, I recognize that it's all knowledge and it's all information, but that doesn't do us any good unless it's practical, unless we apply it to our lives. So today we are here to move from the dark to the light. We are here to move from the ignorance into enlightenment. We are here to use the metaphor of alchemy to become an awakened alchemist. Now, Hermes has it's the seven aromatic principles, and these are also universal laws. And what I have read, that the first of the three aromatic principles is actually the umbrella and the golden key to manifestation. I was very excited about this, so I thought, well, I was going to read these laws, and I'm going to learn them and see what they have to say. And when I started to read them, I realized it was really nothing for me to learn because we already know them. And whether it's ancient wisdom or it's new thought wisdom or it's modern wisdom, mystical wisdom is all the same. So I want to just tap into the first three Hermetic laws, Hermetic principles. And the first one is the law of mentalism, recognizing there is only one life. And we live and we move and have our being in that life, in that one mind of God. And you are that individualized expression of the one life. And it is the essence of who you are. And then within this one mind, when you embody information and you bring it into yourself and you see yourself having this something in the future, that it becomes your reality. Now, this sounds pretty familiar, doesn't it? Now, the second Hermetic principle is the law of correspondence. And the law of correspondence pretty much refers to the Hermes axiom, as above, so below, and as within, so without. So whatever it is that is in your consciousness, it is mirrored in your reality, in your life. And Ernest Holmes, he teaches us for the law of correspondence is that there is an infinite intelligence that does not respond to our consciousness, it corresponds to our consciousness. For the innermost God and the outermost God is the one God. And so the third Hermetic principle, which is probably my favorite, is the law of vibration. Recognizing that we have that power to move from sadness into happiness, knowing that everything in our life is movement, every conversation, every manifestation. And when we keep ourselves vibrating at a very high level, Spirit comes in with velocity, with speed, and expresses manifestation into your life. And so Ernest Holmes touches on the law of vibration. He just talks about the fact that spirit vibrates according to your consciousness, and it vibrates upon substance in direct manifestation. So when you are, that's why the richer get richer and the poorer get poorer. What you focus on becomes your reality. So these are the first three Hermetic laws, and these are the keys to the kingdom, to recognize that in the beginning in mentalism, it just begins with the idea. Everything begins with the idea in the mind of God. And the second is the law of correspondence, that the universe always corresponds to our thoughts and our feelings and our actions. And the third one is a vibration. And when we are vibrating at a very high point in our life is when we bring velocity into our manifestation. So I recognize that whether I'm talking about ancient wisdom, New Thought wisdom, or modern day wisdom, it's basically all the same, just packaged a little bit differently. And one of my favorite modern day wisdom teachers, and I never really talk about her too much, I'm a little bit of a closet case with them, is Abraham Hicks. And the reason why I like them is because they talk about vibration. Are you in the vortex or are you out of the vortex? Has anyone ever seen Abraham Hicks in person here? They're really amazing. And actually, I went and saw them in LA around 6 years ago. And when I walked into the building, everyone was already seated. I had this feeling to sit near the front that there was going to be a seat available for me, and there was. And then as I sat down and the session started, I had this feeling that if I raised my hand, she was going to pick me. And I raised my hand and she picked me. And I ran down the front like it was The Price is Right, like I just won. And I sat down, and I can't remember a thing I said, but I remember there was this force that was just coming at me, this energetic force that was amazing. So I sit in my office and I pay my bills, and I go onto YouTube and I have a playlist of Abraham Hicks that will play over and over again, and it gets me in a really good feeling space. And there's this one video where a man asked Abraham to tell him about the 17-second rule. And she has this 17-second rule she uses that you can do in order to raise your vibration and to manifest something quickly in your life. And she said to him, well, what is the topic that you're looking to manifest? And the gentleman said, well, I want to manifest abundance. And she said, well, the interesting topic about abundance is that most people have clogged pipes when it comes to abundance. And so no matter what you offer, if there is something within you that has a separation or a scarcity or lack of limitation, you're just going to get more of that no matter what you say. So in order to transcend that, she said, what you have to do is you have to go general. You have to talk about general statements around abundance that you actually believe in. And when you do that, that raises your vibration. And when your vibration is raised, then you get more specific. So let me just give you an example of what she's talking about. So let's say I'm going to take you right now to the beach, down at Moonlight Beach. And if I'm standing at Moonlight Beach, and I'm going to give you ideas about abundance, and no matter where you're at on your feelings around abundance, I think everyone's going to agree with these ideas because they're general. So as I look around Moonlight Beach, I know that the beauty is bountiful. It is everywhere. And I know that when my feet are in the sand, I couldn't even count every grain of sand in this one lifetime. There are so many grains of sand. And I know as I look out at the vast ocean, there are so many drops of water in the ocean. It is unlimited. There is no way I could even count this. And I look out at land, I see these trees that has millions and millions and millions of leaves on them, and it's just amazing how unlimited it is. And as I breathe in and I breathe out, and I feel that positive ions in my system, I'm never wanting for another breath. It's always there for me. And I know that I live and I move and I have my beingness in this field of abundance, in this field of the universe. And now that I'm here at this high flying space, I get a little bit more specific. I know that ideas coming to me right and left, and channels are opening up to me where I can deliver my gifts and my talents out into the world, and I can be of service to other people. I have enough money to buy my homes and cars and whatever I need, and plus give money to other people. And so now I'm getting more specific. And so this is the 17-second rule with Abraham Hicks. And if you want to know a little bit more about it, I have an email list out there, and I'll send you one of their really fun videos. You know, there's a story about a beautiful young woman and her handsome husband that she married. And her father gave them their blessings. And the marriage was going really, really well, except for one little thing. Her husband didn't have a job. He didn't have a job because he was an alchemist. He was working very hard on turning the earth into gold. And he was about ready to crack the secret. And she said, she has to every day go to the farm, that she works for and pick their fruit, while the owner takes the fruit to the market and sells it and pays her very, very little money. And she tells her husband, if you would just get a job, then we can buy our own farm. And he says, I can't. I need quiet, and I need peace, and I need time, because I'm almost there. I'm just about ready to turn this dirt into gold. And after a while, she became very frustrated. So she went and talked to her father. Her father was very compassionate because at one time he was an alchemist. And he said, well, why don't you tell him to come talk to me? So she told her husband that her father wanted to talk to him. And he was a little nervous, thinking that he was going to scold him and just ruin it for him, because he's almost at that breaking point of figuring out what it takes to turn dirt into gold. So he went over there to talk to her father, and they ended up communing in spirit. He said, I was an alchemist too at one time. He said, really? And he started to tell his father-in-law about where he's at with all his experiments and how it's going, and his vibration was really high. And then the father started to talk to him. He said, yes, I did the same thing. And for years and years and years, I was ready to crack the code. And finally, I found out what the code was. But guess what? I was too old to get the material that I needed. And the young man says, well, I'm young and I'm strong. I can get it. Tell me, what is it? What do I have to do? He said, what you need is the silver powder from banana leaves. But these banana leaves have to be banana trees that you grow, not someone else, because you have to do a magic spell when you plant them. Oh, well, I can do that. Oh, you probably don't want to do it because it's going to be a lot of work. Oh, no, I can work really hard, no problem. Well, I'll give you the money to buy the land, and you can plant those banana trees, and I will also give you the magic spell. So he bought the land, and the land was full of brush and trees, and it took him weeks to clear it, and it took him weeks to till the soil and to prepare the soil, and he planted the banana trees, and he said his little magic spell over every single little tree, and soon enough, the banana trees started to grow, and every day he would water the soil and weed the soil and trim the trees. And finally, it bared beautiful bananas. And his wife would pick them and take them to the market and sell them. And he would take the powder, the silver powder from the leaves. And he realized he really wasn't getting enough because his father-in-law said that he needed 20 pounds. So now they took the money that they made from the bananas and they bought another plot of land. And in that plot of land, they grew more banana trees. And so years later, finally, he has 20 pounds of the silver powder that his father-in-law said that he needed in order to turn the earth into gold. So he went over to his father-in-law's house. He said, I finally have it, 20 pounds of the silver powder. He said, that's fabulous. He said, you're going to tell me how to turn the earth into gold, right? He said, yes. He said, but go get your wife. I want her to be here too. So the father said to his daughter, honey, what did you do when he was gathering the silver powder? She goes, oh, I took the bananas and I took them to the market and I sold them. And he said, did you save any money? Oh, yes, my husband worked really, really hard. I saved lots of money. Well, I want you to bring them the money here. So she went and got 2 bags of gold that she had saved from the banana trees and brought them to the house. And the father took the bags of gold and he went outside and he dumped the bags of gold onto the earth. And he looked at the son-in-law and he said, this is how you turn the element of earth into gold. And so the son-in-law stood there a little stunned for a moment. And then he realized that his father-in-law was one of the greatest alchemists he's ever met, and that he became a great alchemist also. So everything is done with just an idea in the mind of God. Whether it is an idea that we co-create with Spirit, or sometimes someone might say something to us and we'll embody that idea and it becomes the expression in our lives. Matter of fact, I remember when I was in my 20s, I was in New York City and I was taking a commercial class. And there was a woman, an older teacher, probably younger than I am today, and she was telling us, she gave us some advice, the whole class, but I felt like she was talking to me personally because I took what she said seriously. She said, if you ever have an opportunity to make money in this field, to take your money and save it and to invest it. She said, what I did was I took the money and I bought clothes and I partied. And now I'm of age where I have to work $1 per hour. She said, don't just retire with a box of pretty pictures. And at the time, I was an artist and I was basically living hand to mouth, which it didn't bother me because that's what I was used to. And I took that idea and I embodied it. And eventually my life became that expression. But it all started with an idea within the mind of God. You see, ideas are abundance, and they are everywhere. Matter of fact, the author of Rich Dad, Poor Dad, he quotes that, whatever is in your head will be in your hand. And that's the idea that it starts with. And most people who have humble beginnings start with an idea. And they follow those keys to manifestation of having this divine idea, embodying that divine idea, and the universe will make that your reality because it will correspond to you. And when you vibrate at a very high level, it brings it into your life with velocity. And so right now I just want to share with you a couple of the ideas from our younger generation. And I think our younger generation holds the idea that you don't have to work too hard for their money, and that's beautiful. And there's a man named Brian Reese. And he realized that every single year, and I don't know why I didn't think about this, and once I tell you, you're going to wonder why you didn't think about this. All the little kids write a letter to Santa Claus, and they expect a response back, but they really don't get one. And I'm sure the parents always give them some reason why Santa is so busy. But he decided in 2002 to open up a service called Santa Mail. That all you would have to do is have your child write a letter to Santa, slip a $10 bill or a check for $10 in the mail, send it to the North Pole, and this big burly man with a red suit will return the letter back to you. And so in 2009, he wrote over 300,000 letters. That made him worth $3 million. And this is 2016. Can you imagine what he's worth today over a simple idea that anyone could have thought of? Our younger generation also recognizes that how valuable domain names are on their internet. And Chris Clark bought a domain name called pizza.com. And there was not a pizza company that picked that up. And he made that into a pizza directory. And after it became very, very popular, he sold that for $3 million on a bidding war between different pizza companies. This is another great one that I love. His name is Ken Aroni, Lucky Break Wishbone. Every Thanksgiving, his family traditionally has a wishbone. And you draw the wishbone out, and then two people in the family ended up taking one half of the wishbone, and you break it, and whoever receives the largest piece, their wish is going to come true. But he decided to make plastic wishbones. And when they broke apart evenly, so both wishes would come true. And people would gobble them up for the whole family, and this made him filthy rich at $2 million. And this is really one of my favorite ones right here. This is Jason Sadler, and he opened up a business, I Wear Your Shirt. He's now making $4 million, and I have a really cute video I want you to see on him. Will you play this for me? Go back. Yeah, it's right, oh, no, back one. Right there. There you go. There you go. Just click on the arrow. There you go. Double click there. It won't play? All right. So Jason Sandler opened this business where he would wear a T-shirt every single day. He would never leave his apartment. So he has 365 days of the year. In his closet, there's a T-shirt for every single day of the year. The first day is $1, second day is $2, third day is $3. By the time you get to 365, it's 365 to wear the last day of the year. And he would take a picture of himself, and the most work he would do is he would walk over to the couch and he would put it on the YouTube channel, and he would have a little talk online, and people would pay him big money. So the following year, people were paying him double. And so every day he wears a different T-shirt, and now he is worth $4 million. That is amazing for just wearing other people's T-shirts. Yeah, it's amazing. So, T. Harv Eker wrote The Millionaire Mind. And in The Millionaire Mind, he says that the people who have gold, they believe that they create their life. They understand the golden keys of creation, that everything starts with an idea, and the universe corresponds to you. And when you have a high vibration, it becomes your reality. He says that people that have gold, they think big. And the people who don't have gold, they think small. And there is a quote by Ben Sweetland: "The world is full of abundance and opportunity, but far too many people come to the fountain of life with a sieve instead of a tank car, a teaspoon instead of a steam shovel. They expect little, and as a result, they get little." T. Harv Eker also say that people who have gold hang around people who are positive and successful and uplifting, and that people who don't have gold hang around people who have lack and limitation and scarcity. So it is that vibration that you hold in your life on a regular basis. So as we come together this evening, we recognize that we are here to indulge in our spiritual practice of prayer and meditation and life visioning. And we know that for one thing, that ideas are abundant and they are never scarce. And when we practice our life visioning process, when we ask a question in our life, what is God's idea for my life? What happens is our life unfolds and gives us that answer. What must I become? Each person, you become that which you are here to do, to give your gifts and to give your talents out into the world. For we are here together to move from the dark into the light. We are here together to practice moving from ignorance into enlightenment. And you are here to be the awakened alchemist. Thank you. So I invite Jen, thank you, to come forward. So I invite you to close your eyes and to go within. And let's take this time for this divine idea to express within each and every person's life right here and right now. For I know that each person is that creative expression of God, of love and light and wholeness. And I know each person here has something to give to the world of joy, your unique talent, unique gift. And I know that each person has this abundant flow that just flows through you with ease and grace. Whether your gold in the world is finances, whether your gold in the world is health or relationships, I know that whatever that is that you are seeking to express, it is already done in the mind of God. For I know that each person here is that beautiful, awakened alchemist, and so it is.
Thank you, Reverend Laurie.
Good things are gonna happen today. Good things are always coming my way. Good things are gonna happen today. Good things are always coming my way. So open to the gifts of spirit. Open to the gifts of life. Open to the gifts of spirit. Open
Yeah. I just love Marcia. So this is the time of our service where we give our gifts and we practice the reciprocal universe. As we give, we do receive to allow the expression of Seaside to expand and grow in the consciousness of love. And so I invite our ushers to please come forward. Mr. and Mrs. Practitioner Mills, thank you for giving your gifts and your time and your talent here. So I invite you to take your gift and to place it over your heart. As we go within, I just recognize there is a fluent flow in each and every person's life. I know there are divine channels of abundance that are always opening from seen and unseen side places. And I just bless these gifts that are given to Seaside Center for Spiritual Living as we expand and grow in the consciousness of this family of good and love and joy and peace. And so it is. Thank you. All right.
As I give, I receive a beautiful life. As I give, I receive a beautiful life. As I give, I receive a beautiful life. Blessings flow from me to you. As I give, I receive a bountiful life. As I give, I receive a bountiful life. As I give, I receive a bountiful life. Blessings flow from me to you. As I give, I receive a gracious life. As I give, I receive a gracious life. As I give, I receive a gracious life. Blessings flow from me to you. Blessings flow from me to you. Blessings flow from me to you. To you. To you.
It was so beautiful. Thank you. Yes. So this is the time of our service where we practice prayer. We practice prayers for our loved ones who are in need. So we recognize that spiritual mind treatment is powerful and it works. For there's only one mind in the mind of God. So I invite you to raise your hand and to mention that person that we want to bring into the consciousness of love in this room. How many people were that? 5? Everyone gets a ring. Pauline. Oh, wait a minute.
Lindsay.
Anyone else? How beautiful that we can bring our loved ones into this circle, into this light. So I invite you to close your eyes and to go within, recognizing that I stand here on holy ground. I stand here in this essence of love and essence of life, surrounded by the grace of God, recognizing that the circle of love is complete. It binds all together with cords of everlasting unity. I cannot depart from its presence nor wander from its care. The circle of love is complete within me. It is complete within the consciousness of this room. So as we hold high each and every person right here and right now that needs to be held in the light of spirit, I know that each person is perfect, they are whole, they are complete. They are surrounded by love, they are embraced by light. All healing hands are around them. I know that whatever crooked paths are completely straight right here and right now with the divine guidance of light, with joy and grace in their lives. I know that abundance is a problem, the doors of opportunity and abundance of flow into their lives. It is this divine affluence that is moving through, and around each and every person. For I know that each person we keep in our hearts and our minds and our souls, and we see them with that light of love. I see them with that light of complete healing. I know that it is already done in the mind of God. For my word is the mold of light, the mold of God, the mold of spirit, and it answers me and it corresponds to me directly. And I am grateful for this now. It is already done in the mind of God for each and every person is completely healed. And I release my word into the law of mind, knowing that it is true and it is done. And so it is. It's so beautiful. Thank you. All right. So I want to say thank you very much, Melanie. Thank you very much, Tim. David Hackett, thank you for holding the light for us. Marcia Jen, thank you for your beauty, your talent, your voice, your harp, your guitar. Robin, thank you for your consciousness and your grace. And so what's going on here at Seaside? Oh my goodness gracious. This Sunday is called the Big Leap. I'm making a big leap. Whew. I'm going to be speaking for Christian on Sunday. So if you have a chance, please come and see the Big Leap. Also, on Monday is the last day of the deep sound meditation. So if you love this spiritual practice, Monday will be it. And then it will start again next year. I think in January, they're going to be doing it once a month. Practicing the presence this Wednesday, we have devotional singing with Écoutez. It will be all devotional singing, so come and enjoy that evening as we embrace the oneness of God. Zikr night, this will be September 18th. We have Azim and Louise who will be leading the dances, and Christine Stephen will be doing the music, and my friend Sandy Sanders will be the hostess because I will be out of town, and it's going to be a great evening, so make sure you join us. What else is going on? I think that's it. Money is stand, and we'll all do our universal blessing. All right. Together we say, may all beings be well and happy. May all beings be free from strife. May all beings return to love. Peace be with you forevermore. So remain standing for our closing song. Why don't you come on up? Oh, I don't know why it's not working. Can you make that big for me? No, it's not it. Okay.
Let your hearts fill with peace from the angels who love our world. Let your hearts fill with peace from the angels who love our world. Peace will change our change our world. Peace will change our world. Peace will change our world. Peace in our hearts. Peace in our world. Peace in our hearts. Peace in our world. In our world.
Bless you, Seaside. Please join us in the family room for cookies and tea, and may you walk in peace.